Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Pull Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Alright? Now look, so for this one, I'm gonna be telling y'all about this Arabic chick that I ran into one night, man. And I got a lesson behind it. You know what I'm saying? So just get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. How about that? Y'all ass be tweaking, bro. Yes, I got the drink poured. Y'all ass tweaking, bro. A little bit of that yak to crack that back. How about that? Alright? Nah. Shit. Okay. So, this was back in 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. So let's hop in that time capsule. Again, y'all know my time be off, but I don't lie about shit, right? Alright, so let's hop in that time capsule. I'm going to just say 2017, right? Anyway, at this time, I had the SS Money, 2007 SS Money, the last Monte Carlo that they made, you know what I'm saying? With the 5.3 liter V8 engine, you know, that bitch was fast as hell. I don't know why they stopped making them, they shouldn't have, but they did. How about that? So, you know, at some point, they're going to bring them back. That's a little derailment, but I said what I said. How about that, right? So anyway, I'm cruising the city in the money, right? I got pictures of it in my post, so y'all can go through the post and see the pictures that I had. I think I got like 2 or 3 pictures with that car, right? But anyway, I'm riding through the streets of Detroit in the SS Money, right? It might have been like 11 o'clock at night at this point, you know. So I'm downtown with it. I'm all over the place, right? So I stopped at this gas station in Midtown, right? Those of y'all that know, you got downtown, Midtown, then you got the city, the east and the west, right? Off of Woodward, right? So I'm riding up Woodward. I'm coming from downtown, cutting through Midtown, right? It's a gas station on Woodward. It's a BP gas station with a Subway in it. For those of y'all that know, y'all know, right? I pulled up to that gas station, right? To grab a pop, you know, a Coke, right? Not no fucking dope Coke, you know what I'm saying? The pop Coke. Y'all ass tweaking, bro. How about that? So anyway, I pull up. I'm about to get out the car. While I'm getting out the car, it's a bunch of guys up there, you know, just lounging around, laughing, talking and shit like that, right? So I damn near get to the door. I'm about to walk in, right? When I'm about to walk in, a white Jeep pulled up. A white Jeep Grand Cherokee. It was one of them new Cherokees. It was one of them new Cherokees at the time, right? All white, black tints, right? Bitch was clean as hell. Like, damn, okay, this motherfucker nice, you know? So I'm about to walk in the door, right? While that's going on, I go to grab the door to open it. When I open the door, the car door to that Jeep opened up, right? Let me bag it up. It's the pull-up. I've been drinking before I even cut this damn camera on. Y'all ass tweaking, bro. So when I'm opening the gas station door to walk in, the car door that Jeep opens up, right? Y'all know I'm always on alert, so I'm always looking around, watching shit, all of that. I'm watching everything, you know. So when the door opened to the Jeep, it was this fine ass Arabic chick that jumped out that motherfucker. I mean, long ass hair, perfect body, beautiful. She was a 8. You know what I'm saying? 8 out of 10 for sure, right? Let me see. Who can I compare her to just to give y'all a visual? Well, I can't think of no fine ass Arabic women. Like popular fine Arabic women. So I'm going to just use Kim K, right? We just going to use Kim K. She was like the Arabic version of Kim K. Like, no cap, bro. She was a Kim Kardashian. Straight up. Fine as fuck, right? but she was Arabic. You could see it, like she Arabic, right? And us in Detroit, we right next door to Dearborn, and all them people in Dearborn, they all Arabic. So we like mix and mingle with the Arabics. So it wasn't no surprise seeing the Arabic in Detroit. Like they right next door to us. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got that understood. Girl, fine as fuck, right? Kim K looking as Arabic chick, right? Okay, she getting out the car. I'm looking at her, I'm like, damn, she fine as hell. By that time, like I said, the dudes on the side that was laughing and joking, they looking at her. They stopped laughing, joking, all this shit. They zoomed in on her just like I am, right? We all watching this fine ass chick go from her car, about to walk into the gas station, right? I'm thinking the guy's gonna say something to her, you know what I'm saying? These niggas was struck. They ain't had nothing to say. They just looking like, I'm like, damn, like girl was just fine as hell like that, for real, right? So she come walking up to the door, of course I got the door open, for her to walk in, right? She like, oh my God, that was so nice. I can't believe how friendly and nice you are and all it is. I'm like, huh? I'm like, this regular to me, but her thing is that a lot of men don't hold the door open. A lot of men don't hold the door open for women type shit. That's what she was getting at, right? I'm like, damn, that's crazy, woody woo. So we both walking in the store, little chit chat, We ended up going down the same aisle to the coolers, where all the drinks at. I open the door, she go right in there. She grabbed a damn Coke, just like I was grabbing the Coke, right? We both grabbed the same shit. We looking at each other laughing like, damn, we got some type of chemistry. We both came up here for the same thing. So I'm like, is this all that you came up here for? She like, yeah. I'm like, that's crazy. That's all that I came up here for. So we laughing and joking. By this time, we walking through the aisle to get to the cashier, right? To, pay for our drinks, right? We get up there. I pay for her drink, right? While I'm doing that, she like, oh my God, I can't believe this. You're such a real man, blah, 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 right? I'm like, yeah, it ain't nothing, By this time, I'm paying for it, the receipt coming out, blah, blah, blah. So she like, you not going to ask for my number? Woody whoop. I'm like, oh, hold on. I grabbed my phone quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be real. Like, a lot of them Arabic chicks, they be stuck up as hell. Like, because they know they find shit and they know they people got money. And, a lot of them really don't fuck with niggas like that. So I wasn't pressed on getting her number or nothing because, like I said, I know how they operate, right? Well, she like, is you gonna ask my number? Woody woo, right? Boom. Whipped out the phone. Hell yeah. Psh, give me your number. What's up, right? So she give me the number. She standing over my phone, making sure I'm putting in the right number and everything, right? So I put her number in. I call her phone. Boom. She like, yeah, I got your number. Blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, cool. Go ahead, have a good night. You know what I'm saying? I'll call you tomorrow or something. She like, dang, you just gonna piece me out like that, woody whoop. I'm like, I ain't trying to be disrespectful or nothing, I let you in the store, let you out, pay for your drink, got your number. I mean, what else, She like, by this time, we walking out the store. So we damn near get to my car. She like, this your car? I'm like, yeah, this is my car. She like, this is a nice car, blah, blah, blah. So she get to talking about the car. Like, she know about cars, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, woody woo, so now we talking car shit, right? She like, you a cool guy. She like, I like you, blah, 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 blah. She like, can I get in your car and have a conversation with you? I'm like, yeah, cool. So I get in the driver's seat, she get in the passenger, right? So we sitting there talking. I'm like, what's up? She like, you got somebody that got that drink? Or do you got that drink? So she looking at me like I'm a drug dealer, right? But that ain't the case, So when she said, do you know somebody that got that drink? I'm thinking she talking about like half off on the bottles, right? Okay. My homie CeeLo from my hood, right? Back at that time, he was doing half off on liquor bottles. So if a fifth of whatever liquor you drink, if it costs $40, he was selling it for 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how the fuck he was getting all this liquor in, but he had it. You know what I'm saying? The original bottle, all of that. No seal pop, none of that shit. I don't know how the fuck he was doing it, but he was doing it. And he was selling all the bottles half off. So I'm thinking she talking about some shit like that. Like, you got a liquor plug or what? You know, I'm like, hell yeah, I got a plug on there. What's up? Woo woo. She like, go ahead and call him. You know, she like, I got my own money. I could pay for it. Blah, 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 blah. In my mind, I'm like, this is $20. You know, like, I ain't tripping on this shit. So I told her, I'm like, you know, it's just $20. I'm like, I'll pay for it. Don't worry about it. She stopped me, started laughing, like, hold on. What you mean $20? I'm like, shit, it's half off on the fifth. You know what I'm saying? It's $20. She like, I ain't talking about that. I'm like, what you talking about? You know? She like, I'm talking about that wok. The fuck is wok? You know what I'm saying? This way before Moneybagg Yo made that Waukesha song and all that shit. This way before that, right? So I ain't know what the fuck that was that she was talking about. Plus, I don't drink lean and none of that. That ain't my thing, you know. So I'm not really into that type of shit, right? She said, wok. I'm like, what the fuck is that? She like, that's that lean, that purple, you know. I'm like, what? I'm like, I got to thinking real quick, right? Came up with it, y'all. My boy P be having that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, I know somebody that got that, you know. She like, call him right now. So I called P. Hey, nigga, you got that wok? Woo woo. He already knew what I was talking about. Like I said, I'm the one out the loop because I ain't into that shit, right? He like, yeah, my homie got it. Woo woo. I can pull up on the block. What you trying to get? Woo woo. I'm like, shit, what is hitting on? Like, I don't know how this shit go or whatever. He said something about a line was like $200 or something. I don't know. Y'all know better than I do. But that's what he said. So when she heard that, because I had him on speakerphone, when she heard that, she like, oh yeah, hell yeah, that's a good deal. Tell him to bring it now. I'm on the way. Come on, we gonna go over there. Blah, blah. Like, she went crazy. You know what I'm saying? When she heard my man saying, yeah, we can have that pull up on the block right now. I'm like, all right, bet. About to come through there. He like, all right, bet. I'll let you know when dog pull up. Woo woo. Now, mind you, we in Midtown. From Midtown to my hood, about 20 to 25 minutes away. So we got a nice ride from where we at to the hood. You know what I'm saying? So more than enough time for dog to pull up with this shit, blah, 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 right? With that being said, girl happy, all of that. She like, you know what? She like, why don't you just park your car at my apartment complex in the gate down there? She lived down there in Midtown. I can't think of what street it is, man, but one of them streets over there in Midtown. You know, they got them big ass apartments and shit, and they got like the gated parking lots, right? So she stayed over there. She like, you know, you can park your car over here. You can hop in the car with me, and we can go to your hood and go grab the shit, right? So that's already telling me she invite me to her spot if she want me to drop my car off and all of this shit. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? So she went and hopped in her car. I followed her to her apartment building. We went to the fucking to the gate, you know, to get into the parking lot because this is a gated parking lot, right? She opened the motherfucking gate for me, told me where to park my car. I went and parked that bitch. I came out, jumped in the car with her. So now we ride off. I got blunt roll, all that. I'm like, hey, I smoke. She like, I ain't tripping on that. You know, she like, I don't smoke, but you can do your thing, blah, 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 right? She got the music blasting. She rapping all the songs, all of that shit, right? We took Grand River from basically Woodward all the way down to the hood, right? Now, those of y'all that know, Grand River go from downtown Detroit to pretty much Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Grand River is a strip, you know. So Grand River passed through every hood on the west side of Detroit. Type shit, right? So basically we cruising, I'm smoking, I'm over here in my mind like, damn, I got this badass bitch like that. Like I was just opening the door from her, opening the door for her, and now I'm in her car. Like it was just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like real true shit, right? So we get down there to my hood. My man's P ain't called me back yet. So now I'm calling him. Nigga not answering. I'm sick. Like, damn, this nigga just played me. Girl gonna think I'm on some bullshit. You know, she probably thinking I just lured her to the hood on some other shit. Like, the nigga was not answering. We pulled up on the block. Wasn't nobody outside. Nothing. And this is very, what can you say? Like, very unusual. Because it was always somebody on the block. This point in time wasn't nobody on the block. That bitch was desert island. So evidently something happened, you know, where they not answering the phone and ain't nobody on the block. So I'm explaining this to her. I'm like, you know, this hood politics. Like, ain't nobody around and ain't nobody answering the phone. Something that happened. You know what I'm saying? She instantly turned into like demon time. Like she got mad as hell. Like she's like, well, your friend on some bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. Like she got pissed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, we could ride through the city and, you know, we could pull up on a couple people. I could holler at somebody, you know, I'm pretty sure somebody got this shit. Because at that time, everybody was drinking that shit, you know. So it wouldn't have been hard to find somebody with it, you know. It was just she didn't want to go around fishing for it. She wanted it from one specific person, in and out type shit, you know. I told her what it was. She was pissed. She like, you know what, fuck it. Just about to call it a night, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn, I done fucked up the pussy and everything because my man spent me, you know. So now we hop back on the road. We on our way back up Grand River, all the way back to Woodward, back to Midtown where she live at, right? Now, for those of y'all that know, y'all know from off of Grand River from Evergreen to Southfield, you know, they built like curbs and shit around there to like slow up traffic and accidents and all that type of shit. Well, y'all know where that Little Caesars at, right? That's like halfway in between Evergreen and Southfield off of Grand River. Little Caesars right there. Where that Little Caesars at, it's a curb right there in the middle of the street right there, right? Well, while we riding up Grand River, she on the phone calling all type of people, you know, trying to get this drink. Don't nobody got it on. Don't none of her people got it, you know. She pissed. Like, she needed that shit. She was like a real dope fiend about it, right? So she driving crazy fast, swerving, all type of shit. Like she drunk or something. Like, she was pissed that she couldn't get this damn purple, right? Well, with that being said, why she hit that curb that was right there by that Little Caesar. She hit the curb on her driver's side. Next thing you know, poof, poof. Bust both of her driver's side tires. On her side, on the driver's side, she bust the front tire and the back tire by hitting that curb, bro. Swear to God. When she hit the curb, bust the tires, instantly pulled over. Both of the tires on her side is on the flat. How the fuck you bust both tires like that, you know? But I was in the car with her for it, so I seen exactly how it happened. Now, at that point, I never seen two tires busted on the same side. I never seen it. But I understand how it happened because I was in the car with her when it did. How about that? Y'all let us be tweaking, bro. Shit. So, she busted tires. Now she really mad. She couldn't get her drink. And now her car is sitting on two flats. She hurt. And in the middle of the hood. Well, y'all know that's like Rosedale Park area. But it's still in the middle of the damn city. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, she look at me. She like, hey, can you have somebody come get us? Whoop-de-whoop. She like, I could have a tow truck come get my car and take it to the shop so they could change the tires and everything. But she like, you know, I need a ride home and your car is in my parking structure, parking lot, right? I'm like, yeah, I can get somebody woo woo. By this time, boom, I hop right on the phone. I call my mans in the hood. You know what I'm saying? My hood like a mile down the street from where we was at. Call my mans. Woo, come pull up. Now, my mans I call, he don't got nothing to do with the lean and all of that shit. So this ain't that. Call him, boom. He pull up, he took us there. Tow truck came, got her car, took her car where they was taking it. My mans came, took us back to her spot, right? So we get there. She about to walk into the apartment building. I'm over here at the parking structure where my car is at. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on her to open the gate. She get halfway up the walkway, realized that I wasn't walking with her, right? So she turned around. She like, what is you doing? I'm like, shit, I thought, the night was over with or whatever. She like, nah, come on. I'm like, okay. So I walk across the street. I follow her into her apartment complex in the building or whatever, blah, 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 right? So we walk in. She had me take my shoes off at the door. I take my shoes off. I look at her shoes. Like, she had like 100 pair of shoes lined up. Like, swear to God, all type of colors, all type of different brands. Like, she was just shoe queen. Like, real shit. Like, I ain't never met a woman with that many shoes. Like, for real, right? Y'all remember MTV Cribs back in the day when the celebrities would show their houses and they'd show their shoe collection and shit like that? She could have made the cut for MTV Cribs when it comes to the shoes. Like, real talk. She had all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? She fucked with the shoes. But anyway, that was a little derailment. That was just some real shit. She she was like that when it came to shoes, So anyway, I'm walking around, getting a look. She go in the bathroom. She still talking to me, mad about she couldn't get the drink, things like that, right? So while I'm exploring her apartment, I'm looking around here and there, things like that. I go in the kitchen. She got pictures on her refrigerator, right? So I'm looking at the pictures, and by this time she come in the kitchen with me, and she describing the pictures to me. She like, yeah, that's my daddy, that's my mama, it's my cousin. At this time, this and this happened, and that happened. So like, she like drawing a picture for me. Besides the picture, she drawing a picture of what happened at that time, And she was real articulate with it. It was real interesting what she was talking about, So I'm intrigued. I'm like, damn, like, she went through some shit, like, real talk. So anyway, we dialoguing, we going back and forth. I'm telling her about, what the shit I didn't went through. She telling me about the shit she went through, blah, 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 blah. So it kind of diffused the whole situation with the walk, the lean, or whatever you want to call it, Okay, cool. So by this time, I'm thinking we just gonna kick it for a minute, and then, she about to tell me, peace out type shit, right? So we just kicking it. Next thing you know, she like, all right, I'm tired. Woo woo, right? Yeah. I took that as a sign is all right, it's time to leave, Always keep it player. I'm not that type of nigga that's about to force nothing, none of that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So here I am about to go back to the door, put my shoes on. She like, what you doing? I'm like, you just said you was tired. You know what I'm saying? I thought you was calling it a night, She like, I am. But she like, you can come spend the night with me. She like, you here, you stay with me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I'm still about to get the coochie. You know what I'm saying? She didn't get the walk, and she buzzed to her tires on her damn car. And I'm like, oh yeah, she's still about to give me the pussy like that, So I'm like, okay, cool. I go in the bathroom. She go into the bedroom. She get her dress, get in the bed, all that. I'm in the bathroom. I'm in the mirror like, yeah, this bitch fine as hell. I'm about to nut in this bitch. I don't give a fuck. Like, man, shit, she foreign. Her and her people got money. You know what I'm saying? She bad as hell. Fuck it. I'm about to nut in this bitch. I don't give a fuck. Like, I was on that tip, right? Swear to God, I was on that tip. I'm like, yeah, she about to get this. You know what I'm saying? I don't hand out nothing to any woman. I don't do that. I don't. I done told y'all before. I got two daughters, but I only got one biological daughter. So only one woman, caught it. Like I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But I was this night. I was gonna give her that. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna lay in that motherfucker all that. Like shit, she about to get pregnant tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like she tweaking. Well, I'm doing my little beat it up dance. You know what I'm saying? In the mirror and shit. Like the Joe, like what Jody did on Baby Boy. I'm doing the beat it up dance. Like yeah, I'm about to get this bitch. I come out the bathroom. I go in the bedroom. Everything carpeted in there, so you can't hear nobody walking and all of this shit. So it wasn't like she heard me walking up to the door, none of that. By the time I got close to the door, right, I hear her snoring. I'm like, oh, she went to sleep over, you know what I'm saying? By this time, it's about 1, 2 a.m., right? I'm high. I've been drinking. I ain't even throw this in there. In between that, we stopped at the liquor store. I grabbed me a drink. You know what I'm saying? So I've been smoking, drinking, all that. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? She then told me to spend the night with her, all type of shit. Like, yeah, it's on. So while I'm walking up to the door, I hear her snoring. Like, she wasn't no loud ass snore or nothing, but I hear her snoring. I'm like, damn. But I'm like, I'm about to wake her up. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I come in there. I get in the bed, right? I get in the bed. At this point, I'm spooning her. Y'all know what spooning is, right? She all with it. She got ass cheeks on my dick, all that. Like, she with it. You know what I'm saying? So I go to wrap my arm around her body, right? She pulled my arm closer, like tight around her. I'm like, yeah, it's on, right? I'm rock hard. You know what I'm saying? Fucking hot dog in them buns. Like, no cap. You know what I'm saying? I'm there. Like, I had on my boxers. She had on some panties and a bra, right? So, besides being naked, that was the next closest thing to damn near penetration, right? So I'm making my moves, but I'm being slow with it. You got to slow wind with it. You can't just whip out and just be on that tip with every chick. Every chick ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, you got to serenade them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And she was one of them type of chicks, right? So I'm making my moves step by step, right? So now I got my arm wrapped around her body. Like I said, she pulled my arm tighter, close around her body, right? Like for some security or whatnot, right? I'm like, okay. So I go to reach my arm up to her titty, right? I'm rubbing on her titty. Boom, she grabbed my arm, move my shit. Ain't shit up. Okay. I go put my hand down there in the private area, right? Grab my shit again, moved it. Nah, ain't shit up. Hot dog in between the buns. No penetration. She just wanted the spoon, right? So I'm like, damn, like I ain't getting no pussy. It's over with. With that being said, she ended up going back to sleep, snoring again, right? So wasn't shit up. She legit just wanted me to just sleep in the bed with her type shit, right? Okay, cool. I kept it Playa. I ain't tripping. I went to sleep too. Now here it is, about 7:30 in the morning. She wake me up. Hey, my people just called me. We got to get up there to the shop. My car ready. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. I jumped up, put my shit on. Boom. We head up there to the shop. Sure enough, her car was sitting out there ready. Man, they changed them tires fast. Like, as soon as they opened that bitch up, they put new tires on her shit, had her ready. Right? So I pull up. She get out. She thanked me, all this shit, gave me a big ass hug, all of that, right? She like, yeah, I'm gonna call you later, blah, blah, blah. She like, I can't believe you came through for me like that. You didn't try no disrespectful stuff. Or she was like, yeah, you did rub on me. But she like, I'm not tripping on that, blah, blah, blah. She like, we in the bed together, half naked. She like, I understand, blah, blah, blah. But she like, you didn't take it to the extreme. She like, I respect that. I love that, blah, 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 blah. So we did all that little dialoguing for a minute. And she was like, I'm going to call you later. I got to go to work, take care of some business, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, cool. I pull off. Never heard from her again. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I called her twice. Ain't heard nothing from her. Now, let me tell y'all something about Mr. Roll Up, right? You only get 2 responses out of me. Meaning, I'm going to call you twice, or I'm going to call and text you, or I'm going to text you twice. If I give you 2 responses, well, let me better word it. I don't know. If I hit you up twice with no response, I'm never going to hit you up again. You know what I'm saying? I don't do all that chasing, all of that. You got 2 times to play with me. You know what I'm saying? You leave me on red or ghost me or whatever. After those 2 times that I hit you up, I don't hit you back. That's just what it is, So I hit her up twice. She ain't respond, ain't call back, nothing. So I let it be that. You know what I'm saying? All right. Nah, here go the lesson. Y'all ass be tweaking, bro. All right, so what's the lesson, Mr. Roll Up? The lesson is always keep it P. Always keep it Playa. Pushing, pimping, whatever you want to call it. Always keep it P. Meaning, if a woman don't want to give you none, go ahead on about your day. You know what I'm saying? Just what I broke down, what happened. A lot of guys would have took that and they would have ran with it. Meaning they would have forced the girl to do something any damn way. Because the contact was a little too personal. A lot of guys can get that close to a woman, especially a fine ass woman like her, and it ain't no turning back. You know what I'm saying? She gonna perform. Like, you gonna perform. Fuck that. We done went through all of this, and now we in bed together. You about to perform. Especially with nobody else there. She couldn't do nothing, call nobody, say nothing, do anything. You know what I'm saying? I could have took full advantage of her, but I didn't. So again, the lesson is keep it Playa, man. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want to do it, don't. Just, okay, fuck it. It is what it is. Trust me. That time that you lost out on that one piece of cooch, it'll come around 3-4 times. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? I know this shit all too well. I look at it like God be testing us. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. I looked at it like God tested me. You know what I'm saying? Because literally it went from me just going in there to get a damn pop to in the bed with this chick, arm wrapped around her body, spooning, hot dog in the bun, on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? With no penetration. Like, it was just straight on some like married couple type shit. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I know a lot of people probably wouldn't admit it, but it boosted my confidence. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. It made me feel like, hey, I can have whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the bed with a Arabic Kim K right now. Like, we ain't fucking, but nigga, this the next thing to it. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like boosted my ego. Like, damn, I can have any type of chick I want for real. You know what I'm saying? Also, with me, I'm the type of nigga, man, I've been getting pussy since I was 12 years old. No cap. I done told y'all the story about my first time at 12 years old. She dead and gone. Y'all know I don't play with the dead. You know what I'm saying? So I've been getting it since I was 12 years old. So I ain't pressed for no coochie. You know what I'm saying? Plus, if I would have been pressed for it and I would have took advantage and things like that, all she would have had to do was call the hook. And Tall black man from the hood, number one suspect, against a little Arabic chick, they would have buried me. You know what I'm saying? I would have been a damn offender. I would have had to register, all type of shit, right? But this is why I'm giving y'all that lesson. Keep it P. Do not override the situation. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody bigger than the program, bro. If she say no, take it with a grain of salt, throw it over your shoulder, and keep it fucking moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. Because you trying to get that little bit of pleasure out of this person because of how you feeling at that moment can cause you a lifetime of misery. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter what type of situation you in. If a woman tell you no, then bag off. Fuck it. It's plenty of fish in the sea, my guy. There's plenty of them that will give it to you. And just to say, if you just on brick at that moment, like these bricks behind me, if you on it, like you need to get off, and the girl tell you no, man, listen, go in the bathroom, go in the next room, go in the alley, go outside, go on the back porch, go wherever the fuck you need to go, get it off. Get it off. Us as men, we all know, once we get that motherfucker off, we straight. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if it's penetration or if it's the hand. When we get that motherfucker off, we good. You know what I'm saying? So to all the bros that's coming up or whatever, and just to say you get into a situation like that, don't do it. Again, you know yourself better than anybody else. Go in the alley, wherever the fuck you need to go. Go there, get it off. After you get it off, you gonna feel so much better. You gonna be like, okay, boom, on to the next move. You ain't even gonna be thinking about that bitch no more. You know what I'm saying? Whereas opposed to if you take advantage of the situation, now your ass gonna end up with a case. That is not what you want. So that's my whole point of this lesson, is to keep it Playa all the time. There's plenty of fish out here. No matter how bad she is or no matter how close she let you get to it. If she say no, fuck it. Move on, bro. That's just all there is to it. How about that? Y'all ass be tweaking, bro. It's been another episode of Roll Up a Poet. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.